Hey party people, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Bean.
And we're Kelly Beans Bees. We're first-time beekeepers here in Central Virginia, and today...
What are we doing?
We're taking out some honey for ourselves.
Yep. So, we're getting kind of close to the end of when I've
heard
that our honey flow is going to be over. So here in Virginia, all that I've heard is mid-July, you should probably take your honey supers off. You're not really going to get anything else. Just cut your losses at that point, pull it off, you'll be good. So, they've stored a lot of honey up here. And if you haven't seen the last 3 videos that we've done, we went through and inspected this whole hive and verified that down here in the brood boxes that they have plenty of resources. That was the big thing that I wanted to check. Obviously the hive still looks good, they've still got eggs, they've still got brood, all that kind of stuff. So, I saw that they had plenty of resources down there, and I said, you know, we have a bunch of frames up here that look really good. They are completely packed full of honey.
And capped.
They're capped, which is important. We went over that in one of our other videos, but being capped means that the honey's shelf stable, that we can take it, it's not going to go bad, it's not going to ferment. And so, because of that, we said, let's go ahead and take some. We don't have anything to extract it with right now. We don't really have many of the tools we need for honey because we didn't expect to get any.
So we're hoping we can call a couple, family or a friend and help us out.
We got a couple of people we know that have bees, so we should be able to reach out and get somebody to help us out.
And say, hey, we have 3 frames. Yeah, please help us.
3 frames isn't really a ton, but for the first year, it's better than what we expected, which was nothing. So we'll have a couple of frames. We'll get to taste a little bit. The person who we're using his farm, he'll get some, which I know he'll be happy about. When we told him we wanted to keep bees and asked if we could keep him here, he was excited for the honey.
Yeah, he said, oh yeah, you can keep them. And then he was like, when do you expect honey?
Right.
We were like, next year? He was like, okay.
Yeah, so I think he'll be happy just to taste a little bit of like what we've been working on.
Yeah, because we're thankful to be here with all of the other things.
So I pulled out 3 frames here. This one on the end, we looked at it in the video, but we're still missing a little bit of cappings on that. But I think what I've heard is if they're 70% capped, you're pretty safe to take it. And then the other 2 are fully capped. So when we mix all this in, it might bring up the moisture level a little bit, but it shouldn't be anything outside of the range that is fine for it to be. So in here, I've still got a couple of frames that have honey on them. But obviously that side hasn't done anything. This side's still missing some stuff. Don't want to take that. And I can leave that for the bees for now. Again, it's a honey super, so this will come off before the winter.
What's the next one look like?
Oh, I'm going to pull it out. I'm just talking about something else. So we're going to end up pulling this off before the winter. We aren't going to leave this on because it would be actually too much space for the bees if we left it on. It would be a lot bigger of an area for them to try to... They don't really warm up the area itself, but they try to keep themselves warm in the area, and a smaller area just makes it easier to do that. They don't lose as much heat to the surroundings that way. And so if you have too much, then you can actually hurt your bees by doing that. And so we'll take this off, and whatever's left up here, if it's still capped like this, if it still looks good, then at that point we can extract it and take it. If not, then what we may end up doing is just setting it out here in the field for an hour or 2, and letting the bees go out and collect off of it, and that'll just get them to clean these up. So because when we're storing frames like this, when we're storing drawn frames, you want to make sure that they are dry, because if they've got anything in them, there's going to be pests that are going to want to come and start to collect those resources. But
some people freeze, right?
Yeah, you can freeze your combs, and then that will preserve them and make it so that nothing can really get to it because it's frozen.
We don't have.
But if they're not dry, you can have pests come and try to get to the honey, get to the pollen, whatever's in here still. And so, if you have a frame like this that you're not really using, you want to take off, but you want to store it, you can feed that back to the bees. You can get them to clean it out for you, and then you have just dry comb in here, and really there aren't any pests that are going to come after that really hard. So it's a lot easier to store that way. So that's the plan for what we'll do with this stuff.
Yeah.
So Kelly has gone to the car. We've gotten another medium box that we just had on hand in case we needed to expand any of these hives or do anything with. So what we're actually going to do here is I'm going to take these frames that we pulled out of that medium box, and we're just going to slide them in here. And I'm going to kind of just put them in between some of these because that will promote them to draw it out because there's already honey up here. But it's not causing such a big gap that they're going to look at it and go, whoa, what happened? This is too much space, and not use it. So, if they keep bringing in nectars and pollens and all that kind of stuff, really nectars for up here, then now we have space that we can actually, or that they can still draw out and store it. And it'll work on drawing out more combs for us because...
For next year.
Yeah, comb is important. If you've watched any of our videos this year, half of them have been, hey, our bees are doing really well, but we don't have enough comb. Yeah. Hey, our bees are doing really well, but they're trying to swarm because we don't have enough comb. So that's been our biggest issue this year. So anything we can do to get our bees to draw more comb is wonderful. And anything that they draw up here means it's a lot easier for them to store honey next year and a lot easier for us to harvest honey, which is good.
Which is what we're looking for.
Yep. So what we're going to do here is we've got these frames. I'm probably just going to shake the bees off a little bit just to try to get most of them off. And I'm going to stick them over here.
There's still some in it, though.
I know.
Oh, okay.
So we have actually brought our electric leaf blower. And you might say, that sounds kind of weird. Why are you using an electric leaf blower around the bees?
Also, if you don't have an electric leaf blower, you should definitely get one. Just saying.
So what you can do is, the bees are used to being outside in heavy winds, flying around, all that kind of stuff. And so, it's not crazy for them to be blown around. So there are multiple ways that you can get bees out of honey. And one way, which we have, which I considered using, but we decided not to, is you can put what's called a fume board over the top of the super. And you can spray it with something that the bees just think smells bad. Because it smells bad, they move away from it, they move down towards the brood boxes, and then most of the bees are out of the super. That's a great way to take a whole super off. There's something else called an escape board, which does the same thing, but that's more physical. The bees move down through it and then can't figure out how to get back for a while. And if that happens again, that's a great way to take the whole super. But we're only taking a couple of frames, so I figured this would be an easy way to do this. So I am actually going to run and grab the leaf blower. Kelly, do you want to talk to them about something for now?
I don't know. Let's see. This was all of the wax that we collected today. Not very much. So if you saw that we made beeswax lip balm, it takes a lot of wax to get that. So I'll crunch it together, and then I have a little bag at home that I'll wait till I have enough, and then I will put it all together on the heat. Get out all of the nasties. If you guys can see that, it's dirty looking. There's dirt in there, so get that out, and then we'll be able to use it to make lip balm whenever we do that again. I'm hoping that we would get more wax than what we have, but that's okay. All right.
So I think what we're actually going to do is take this super and we're just going to bring it over to the car.
Okay.
Because that'll get it away from the bees. It'll get it out of their minds. They won't think about it. They won't see the honey and think, oh man, I like that. Or smell it, for that matter.
We're going on an adventure.
Here's
our electric fence thing. Our area.
Is we can set this up on the side like this. Oh.
Okay.
You making it over here?
Yeah, I was showing them our area.
Oh, wonderful. And then I can take my electric leaf blower.
There's some on this back side. It will come out the back.
It's fine. Alright, and so, sorry about the noise. Probably wasn't the best, but hey, it's electric, so at least it's quieter than gas. But by doing that, we have now gotten...
There's some still at the bottom.
Pretty much all the bees out of here. Here, if I hold it like this, can you...
I don't know if I can do two things at once like this, buddy. Ready?
Yep. Are we good?
I hope so.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm going to set this
Hold on,
in
we
here.
ought to put it in a bag.
Oh, I got the bag in here.
Yeah, but in a bag.
No, we're just going to set it on the bag. It'll be fine.
But I don't want to get stung in the car. Please? If you guys didn't know and you haven't watched our other 17 videos, I'm allergic to bees. So I always get a little nervous about putting bees in the car. You know?
There's one bee in the car.
No!
We will get it out. I just wanted to close that and let these bees kind of
And let it go in there.
Yeah, I'm going to let all these bees go do their thing. Forget about what just happened. Go home. Go, man, we lost some honey, but we'll get them next time.
I hope they don't get them next time.
I hope not too. But we'll go over. Let's walk back over. We'll close up the hive. We'll kind of talk about everything, and then we'll try to get that bee out of the car so Kelly doesn't get stung.
Yeah.
So, you know.
That's supposed to be my safe place. The car.
So we haven't ever extracted honey, obviously. So I have no idea how much 3 frames of honey actually is.
Maybe you can text Raymond and ask him.
Well, you know, it might be a little fun surprise.
Oh. Hey, Ray.
And hey, one thing that you guys can do, those of you who are watching our videos right now.
Oh, you should guess.
Yeah, you can guess. How much honey do you think will come out of those 3 frames?
Like, are we going with pounds? Are we going with ounces? Are we going with, like, jars? Like, what kind
Whatever
of measurement?
they want to use. Whatever they're comfortable with.
Okay.
If they tell us jars, if they tell us ounces, if they tell us pounds, we'll figure it out.
If you say jar, I'm thinking a pint jar, okay?
Okay. So,
That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking. But, I mean, someone else might think something else. I don't know.
Yeah, so let us know what you think. Give us your guesses as to what we're going to get. And obviously, we will bring you along for that because I know all of you are just sitting around here wondering, you know, when's he going to get to the honey part? I like the bees and all. They look pretty cool, but, you know, the honey's really where it's at, right?
I'm telling you, if we had $1 for the amount of people that asked us when are we having honey, like, we would be...
We would have like $10.
No. We would have $10 whole dollars.
$10 is pretty good, guys.
We would have more than $10.
No, we'd have more than 10, definitely. But yeah, so we will bring you along for that. I'm quite excited. You want to show them this little slug that's up here? I don't know. There's bees and slugs now. Kelly Bean's slugs.
No, I showed them my wax bowl.
So,
interesting.
You know, yep, wildlife. Ooh.
Oh.
Alright, so we will let you guys go. We'll quit talking about slugs and all that kind of stuff. Stick around. As I've said in the last couple of videos, if you are excited about the honey, if you want to see the process for how to extract it, how much we get, all that kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe. That'll help you to just keep up with us, see when we're actually posting videos, because, as I said before, we've been kind of slower with posting videos just because we're coming out here every couple of weeks instead of every week now. So it's a little more sporadic. You might miss them if you're not like paying attention and you're not looking for them. So go ahead and give that a try. See how you like it. If you don't want to like know about our videos, then don't do that. Don't
why
worry
are you
about
here?
it.
No, I'm just kidding. All right.
But we'll bring you back for whenever we do that, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys, and we will see you later. Bees out.